Monday message, the wrong battle. Scripture, Romans 9. When people think about the church, what is one of the first things that comes to mind? For many, the word judgmental comes to mind. It would be very easy to say that they just don't want to be held accountable or live life the way in which God calls us to. But what exactly does that life look like? It could be true that some don't want to be judged. It is also true that there are many people in the church who only want to judge. It's two sides of the same coin. The Apostle Paul was not like that. In Romans 7, we see one of the most prominent leaders admit to struggle. There is not one person that you know who does not struggle. In Romans 9, we see Paul in deep sorrow and anguish because of Israel's unbelief. God's chosen people were not choosing God. That reminds me of myself. Does that not remind you of you? The issue had nothing to do with the sin struggles, but rather a lack of faith. The Gentiles did not pursue righteousness, but they attained it by faith. The people of Israel were pursuing the law by the way of righteousness, therefore they did not obtain it. Righteousness cannot exist without faith. We must change the way in which we think about righteousness. You cannot be righteous without the one that makes you right with him. For so many years, I have fought this battle on the level of deeds, and sometimes I still do. If I could just stop masturbating, watching porn, worrying, read more, pray more, then I can be made right and go to God. I, in my own strength and effort, could never be righteous. There are no amount of deeds that will get me into heaven. Faith does not follow deeds, but deeds will always follow faith. One final thing, you are not what you do. You are who God says that you are. When you embrace your identity in Yeshua and truly believe that, then that will begin to change what you do. Don't get discouraged when you fall. God knew you would, Peter. It not only takes faith to step out of that boat, but it takes even greater faith to take Jesus' hand, knowing that he can and will keep you from drowning. The truth about you isn't in your sin, but on that cross. Look there and stop fighting the wrong battle. If you can make yourself right, then you will be God. Do you now understand why that would never work? Maybe this message isn't for any of you. Maybe it's just for me. I'm willing to bet that I'm not alone. You are loved. Happy Monday.